Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. We got in the co-captain's chair for this episode, Mr. George Lamie. What's happening, my friend?
What's going on?
Oh, talking about new albums today. It's Wednesday, right? What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility Day. Done a couple already, got maybe one or two more to go, but this might be one of the most exciting ones we're going to talk about today. And George is very familiar with this band. He actually turned me on to these guys. This is their brand new release. They're Kick the Cat, instrumental fusion band from the Chicago area. Gurgle is the name of their new one here. I love the title. I love the cover. It's just so goofy looking, and it literally looks like the packaging of some kind of crazy toy that you would find in like Target or Walmart or something like that. Which
it's even got that hole for the slider rack.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty. It's sometimes I kind of frown when I order CDs and I get like these little little things, but because it kind of gets lost on the shelf. But it's like so kind of cool looking that I was like, all right, I won't knock it back any points for that. But basically, I don't know, George, you want to talk a little bit about these guys? But yeah, they are from Chicago, all fusion, real serious musicians here.
Yeah, 4-piece unit. Started in 1999. Well, started putting out albums in 1999. The big break between the third and the fourth one. The third one was 2005, and they've had a really long break before this. They're all jobbers around town, and as you can imagine, a local fusion band is not going to be first in line when you're trying to pay the bills. So they've put it on the back burner at times, and they've made a renewed effort now to really try and make some headway with it.
Yeah, which is good. I think there is somewhat of a renewed interest in this type of music, I think, from people who are into this sort of thing in recent years. And it's good, quite frankly, for me. We've done some shows together. We've talked about kind of like classic fusion from different eras, and there's not a ton of activity here in this country anyway for this type of thing. You hear a lot of European bands, and certainly from Japan and whatnot, where you get lots of these kind of cool fusion acts. But I'd love to see more, but it's cool that we do have some that are out there. And this is pretty spectacular. So this is basically I'm trying to read the guy's names. It's like microscopic here. Was it Chris Clementi on bass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Myers on drums, Chris Siebold on all guitars. And who am I missing here? VJ. Oh boy,
Vijay Telesnayak.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So he's on all the keyboards and whatnot, and quite a wide variety of them, I might add. We got the Moog Voyager, you got the Hammond, you've got all various Nords, you got Fender Rhodes, clavinet. I love the clavinet. Yamaha grand piano, all sorts of things. So he's lots of sounds, lots of solos on here. And I think that's what I really like about this album is it's pretty aggressive. There's some really wicked ensemble playing, lots of soloing, but it's not just like excessive noodling. There's some real compositions here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They split the songwriting up fairly evenly. Clementi wrote 5, Vijay wrote 4, and then Chris Siebold wrote 2.
Yeah. And a handful of them are written, co-written by the guys. And there's 11 tracks in total. So we can get a gander of that. I know you can't read it. And most of the tracks are between like 5 and 9 minutes. So these are not, little 3-minute ditties here. This is some serious stuff. And it's a fairly long album filled with lots of really good music. As far as like breaking down the tracks, I'm still digesting this, but I really love Ow, My Eye is great. Hope Against Hope. Really good. Hairbrain, which I think is the longest track on here, pretty serious. And the back end is really good. What's Up is a lot of fun, and there's also some good groove on these tracks too. They touch on kind of a little funky fusion at times. They don't go too far deep into that, but I don't know if you were to compare them to any other more known bands, what would you say? I hear a little Planet X here at times.
I hear Tribal Tech for sure.
Yeah.
That would be the basis of it. But yeah, they're a little more varied. They got some funk, like Alt De Facto is pretty funky.
Yeah.
Was Up's pretty funky. So they're probably got a little wider palette than what Tribal Tech tried to do. It comes from all other influences. So Yeah, it's hard. Electric band, maybe a little bit.
I was going to say the electric band only for the kind of the melodicness and musicality of it, because I think there's definitely a catchiness to some of these songs that reminds me of the electric band, probably, hints of the first album, but also later in the electric band's career, I think, because it's not too syrupy. It's not like Light Years, right? But it's definitely has some of those kind of magical melodies that do stick in your head, but then they throw in all the jaw-dropping musicianship, which is like kind of what we heard later in the career of the electric band quite a bit. So yeah, I dig it. I think it's good. It's really well produced, really good sounding album. Crank it up on your stereo system. It's nice production.
They generally record in Vijay's home studio, and he's a real good producer. I mean, he's produced other bands around here, and great sound on this record. I would point out That Stuff That's Tough too. That's like the macho kick your ass song. I mean, you want to just go on YouTube and check out a song to get your face melted. That's the shot.
Yeah. Some really ripping guitar work on that, but I mean the explosive keyboard solos are what there's a lot of great guitar work across a lot of different genres and bands and whatnot, but when you have a keyboard player that really kind of kicks into high gear and does these kind of crazy duels with a guitar player, that usually gets my attention.
Yeah, I had one of the older albums on here one time, and a buddy was here, and he wasn't big into fusion, but he had a basic understanding of the artist, and he was listening to a keyboard solo, and he's like, this guy's as good as Chick Corea. How you never tell me about this guy?
Yeah, there you go. A lot of good stuff on here. Do these guys play live a bunch at all around the area?
In spurts, and right now they're doing a lot of gigs and actually playing out of state gigs, which is not something I've seen them do before. But through the years, they get active for a while and then they don't. But now they're doing quite a few gigs. So.
Interesting.
I have yet to catch them on this cycle because they've been concentrating on being out of the area.
Maybe when they do play in town, you and Lewis can go check out a gig together and report back how that was. That'd be pretty neat,
I've seen them more than any band. I've seen them probably 15, 20 times.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool.
They're kind of like their home place is a bar called Murders, and that's 5 blocks from here. So
there you go. Why not, right?
Yeah.
That's like a once a month thing for you, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
They used to do a monthly, but that was back in the day.
Yeah.
It should be mentioned too that this represents a return of Chris Myers on drums. He had left after the second album to pursue greener pastures financially with Humphreys McGee.
Oh yeah.
But back in the fold now. So
is he still with Humphreys?
I think he is splitting time. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's doable for bands like this.
Yeah, Humphreys is your main gig that you spend 80% of your time with, and then you got this, which you can kind of fill in when you got time off. So yeah,
right,
cool. Sounds good. So there you have it, everybody. Kick the Cat, Gurgle, a lot of fun. I will leave the link to their Bandcamp page where you can order a copy of this. That's where I got mine. They'll mail it to you really quick, and nice guys to deal with, and some serious fusion going on here. I think any prog or jazz fusion that will love this, and a lot of great playing, a lot of great tunes. So I want to thank George for jumping on for today to help out with this little review here on Wednesday. This is on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Watch George next week, as in every week in the prog seat. And if you didn't catch last night's episode, please make sure you do so. There was lots of fun, an hour and 45 minutes of all 1974. It was a great show, so check that out. And if you make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content. We also have the link to our Ko-Fi page below for channel donations, and the link to the Sea of Tranquility merch site for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility shirts and things. And then make sure you visit our website, which has now been on the internet for 20 years here in 2021. So thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in. You'll probably get another one of these today, so stay tuned for that. For George Lamie, I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon, because, of course, we're here all the damn time. Take care, everybody.